All right, y'all already know. Before we dive right into it, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It only take half a second. All right. These type of topics right here, usually my favorite type of topics to talk about. Like, just having fun because who don't love music? I love rap music, just like the next person do. And I love debating music, just pause with other folks, especially if they're real knowledgeable about it, because I like when somebody enlightens me or educates me on somebody else instead of me having to go find it on my own like I usually do. Usually it be me always telling people stuff that they don't know when it comes to like music and stuff like that. And like I really appreciate it when somebody does like put me on something too, right? And I'm talking about this topic today because a lot of people have been saying, oh, this is a bad year for hip hop. People ain't charting. The music sucks. Ain't nobody dropping good albums and stuff like that. And so I feel like today was the day for me to talk about it. And I actually took my time with this video because a lot of albums that I thought were good, I wanted to go back and listen again because you got to do that when it comes to music because it might sound good to you the first time, but it might not be that good the next time, or it might not be good to you this time, but you listen to it a second time, or you had to drink and smoke or do something, you know what I'm saying? For you to finally grasp what the artist put out. So that's why I took my time, because I don't want to just tell y'all anything, just feed y'all a bunch of crap. I actually want to be genuine with this. And so, with that being said, a lot of y'all that's up there talking about, oh, man, the music, it ain't all that good. Man, listen, man, there's a lot of music out there. Everybody's dropping music left and right. Everybody and their mama dropping music left and right. It's easy to, find music. It's easy to listen to music nowadays versus how it was back then when we had to go to the store and actually pick the physical copy up. It meant a lot. Don't get me wrong. It meant more. But, that's a thing of the past now. You got to catch up, so you got to keep up with times. So, it's a lot of music out there. Another thing is, a lot of y'all just be listening to the same person and not broaden your horizons. It's a lot of music out there. You just got to find it. It might be a bunch of crap out there, but usually through that crap, you'll find some gems. So, that's all I can tell you for real. Just broaden your horizon. It's a bunch of music out there for real. Y'all just not looking, if that's the case. Because I still get excited about music now, just like how I did back in the day. Even though the physical copy ain't coming out. That's what I still love streaming, because like everybody's dropping music left and right. So I'm still able to, anticipate certain albums and stuff like that. Just because I'm not holding it don't mean nothing. The music is still there. So let me stop talking and let's just get right into it. The first person I want to talk about is the real Boston Richey. And I got a card just so I didn't forget certain people and they names of the album, because I really want y'all to listen to this just in case if y'all haven't. So we got Boston Richey. Welcome to Bubbleland. And a lot of these albums I'm about to tell y'all right now, when y'all actually listen to them, y'all need to listen to them with the speakers up. Whether you in the car, you whipping with your homeboys, or you at the crib, got the speakers going on, or you cleaning and stuff like that, man. Had this turned up all the way. Now this album right here, he drops good projects. Public Housing 1 and 2, both phenomenal. But this one right here, I can tell the label is backing him a little bit and put some money behind it, because it sounds just as good, if not even better. Matter of fact, it do sound better. It sounds better. So, and I'm just happy for him because, he was on the freshman list. And, everybody was trying to get on him last year, talking about he was snitching, calling him Boston snitching and stuff like that. Man, you already know how it is, what I'm saying? Your own people going to sit up there and try to tear you down and stuff like that. But you got to get past that. It come with the game. Once you get past that, then you can get to what you need to be getting to, and that's the music. Because that's all that matters at the end of the day. Trying to make money, feed your family, and take care of what you got to take care of. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, keep it up, Boston. The next person I want to talk about is your boy Rallo, Ben One. I named these two projects right here just because I feel like these two right here are the hardest projects of 2023. All right. Ben One, he's on 4PF. That's under Lil Baby, if you ain't know. And sometimes he kind of sound like his boss to me. I ain't gonna lie. But, I mean, it don't matter to me because the music speaks for itself. You feel me? And to be honest with you, because, you know, Baby, he dropped last year. So, you know, I ain't gonna lie. This sound better than Baby's album. I ain't gonna lie. Because Baby, he got the 4PF thing going on. And, you know, you have 4-2 Doug, but he locked up right now. So, you know, who better to carry the torch for the label right now than Rallo? He got somebody else that just dropped the album too. But right now, I think this and Boston Richie's, those are the hardest albums for this year that done came out so far, in my opinion. And remember, folks, this is my platform, so these are just my opinions, okay? You can have your own opinion on your own platform, all right? Everybody got their own opinion, so you can't do nothing but respect it, okay? Don't be like, oh, man, you were told this and that. Oh, this guy smoking on. Nah, man. Everybody just got their own opinion. Everybody's different, okay? Now, this artist in particular, I put this down here because the thing is, you got to pay attention to the consumers also. When people on social media and the streets talking, you gotta put your ear to it because it's a reason why they talking about this. People ain't gonna just be talking about a certain project if it's trash or for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously good if you got everybody talking. And who I'm talking about is Gunna, A Gift and a Curse. He's having a trying year so far because, you know, he came out and everybody trying to say he's snitching that. And, you know, it just killed me just because, I mean, all y'all got something to say. And a lot of y'all ain't even in the street or never been in the street. Or if you was in the street, you know what I'm saying, you ain't make no real money for real. You probably never even made 20 bands. You probably never even made 10 bands. But got something to say about this. Like I seen when, you know, he was in Atlanta. Or in Atlanta, they was in the club, they was playing his music, everybody just got quiet. Now, that's understandable. That's his hometown. You don't know who around, you don't know who watching, and you don't want the wrong person to, you know, catch you. You be like, oh, you with that mess too? And then, you know, now you don't open up a whole nother can of worms. I understand that. But everybody else, man, y'all need to stop that mess, man. Y'all just think it's with the internet, it's always gonna be undefeated because everybody gonna find something, stick to something negative, and everybody just gonna roll with it. Everybody gonna roll with it. So everybody gonna always have something to say. You know what I'm saying? So, but I heard it when it first came out. I did like it. I wasn't paying attention to it too much, but like I said, I've been doing my research and I've been listening again. And it is it's a great album. You know, this album right here is one of those albums that everybody been saying like, oh, this is one of the best albums of 2023. So, you know, be on the lookout. If you haven't listened to it, then go ahead and listen to it. You know, it is a great album. And a lot of these albums that I'm giving to you, I don't just have like a song in particular. I usually like to just play a project and just let it just ride on out. I like you listening to a story or something like that. I just let it ride out. And you know, an album is good if you can do that and just let it just keep going and stuff like that instead of just me going. Like you can find like the favorite song or two, whatever, but I just like to let it ride out. That's how I usually listen to my music. I want to hear the whole thing because it's different when you letting the whole project play versus let me just listen to this song and that song. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just make you a mixtape then, for real, you know what I'm saying? And you can do that too. But now we're gonna get into his boss because his boss also dropped an album. It was either before or after, I can't remember. Business is Business by Young Thug. Jonesboro was the hardest song on there, by the way. Let me just go ahead and say that because Metro Boomin released his version of the album and he started it off with Jonesboro. So you know that song is probably the hardest song on there. Like I said, my opinion. I don't like how he started the album off because he up there talking about he on the phone with Drake talking about so he pushing more Peter. Man, pause. You gotta say pause after that. You know, when he said that, I was like, oh, okay, you going back to the 2014 Thug, huh? Oh, you just don't care, huh? It is what it is. But hey, look, man, you still have hope. But, you know, we ain't going to play with you like that, 'cause we all know now, you know what I'm saying? And, like, with him, I feel like he ain't reached his full potential yet. I feel like he still got a lot to prove. Everybody know he a star. Everybody know he a rock star. They've been saying that for the longest, but I just feel like say like what Future is, I feel like he can be there too. I feel like he ain't reached it yet. He still got a lot to do, a lot to go. You know, he got his label. He doing his thing. He behind a lot of people. He behind the scenes too. You know, because he's an actual artist. That's the thing about it. He ain't just a rapper. He an artist. He be behind the scenes. He messing around with the beats and stuff like that too. Like, he actually cares about his music. So, you know, he's one of those people that's going to be remembered in time, okay? He's like a Kanye West or something like that. He's up there with those people, okay? So, if y'all haven't heard those projects, go listen to that also. Now, the next person that we're going to get into is Key Glock. He dropped Glaucoma 2. I also listened to this when it first came out. To be honest with you, I like the Yellow Tape 2 better. But this project still goes hard too. Key Glock is one of them people. Cause, you know, like, first off, you got Memphis and you got Detroit. They both running the game right now. But Key Glock, even though I might like Yellow Tape 2, he's still good with selecting them beats. Him and his boss, Young Dolph, rest in peace. They was always good with selecting beats. I don't know what it is. They just happen to come across the best beats that's around them at the moment. I don't know, but yeah, that album still slid. I had to listen to it a second time. You know, like I said, cut it up, cut the volume all the way up, and he did his thing with that, right? And then the next person I'm about to get into after Key Glock is Young Nudy. His album's called Gumbo. He dropped earlier this year. It's a food theme album, so you know he had to go in, because the last person I remember dropping a food themed album was Rocco, okay? And that mixtape, it slid. It slid, you know, my favorite song off that album was Break Fast, or Breakfast, but he was singing it like break fast. If you ain't heard that, check it out. Like, when I'm in the music for real. You know, I miss them old trap music days, okay? Like back in 08, 09, even in like 2011, 12, 13, whatever. But like Rocco, he was one of those original trappers out there, trap rappers that, you know, that are legends too. You always say T.I., Gucci, or Jeezy, but, you know, he right up there with them. He might not drop as many projects as them, but, you know, he's legendary, just like Shawty Low or Gucci Mane or something like that. You feel me? So, yeah, Young Nudy, he understood the assignment and he delivered. So, you know, good for him. Young Nudy, he usually one of them people that drop good projects. So, but yeah, he did his thing with that. So y'all check that out if you haven't checked that out also. I'm gonna go with my boy Peasy. He had an album called Ghetto. He only had 8 songs on there, but that's all you need, man. Sometimes you just gotta you know what I'm saying, jump straight to it. You ain't gotta give him too many. You know what I'm saying? Just give him just enough. It was good, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what it is about Detroit music. It ain't even just the music. It's the Detroit scene. I love the music, the movies. And when I say movies, I'm talking about them hood movies you watch on YouTube or Tubi and stuff like that. I love the whole, because it's getting to the point where I'm about to say I'm from Detroit. I love all that. I love all the Detroit projects, okay? But yeah, Peasy, he did his thing. All right? And he one of my favorite rappers from Detroit at this point too, though. But with Detroit, it don't matter, you know, who you are. You from Detroit and you drop a project, I'ma listen. And if I don't know that you from Detroit, if I eventually find out, I'ma listen too. Or somebody, you know, if I find out on my own, or somebody put me hip to it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it is. I love the Detroit scene, man. Shout out to Detroit, man. Speaking of Detroit, we also got T Grizzly and Skilla Baby. They dropped an album called Controversy. I got on Skilla Baby earlier this year. I thought he had dropped it this year. He had dropped an album called We Eat the Most. It was actually like the end of 2022 though, like last couple of weeks or so. It was in December, but that's a 2022 project because I would have put that on this. I would have put it on this list for real, for real. But Tee Grizzley and Skilla Baby dropped Controversy. That project's just as good, if not better. And even though I'm talking about Detroit and how much I love it, I ain't gonna lie, I never really was on Tee Grizzley like that though, for some reason. I guess because everybody ruined it for me. Maybe that might be what it is. And then, you know, everybody play that song in the club all the time, just like how they do with Meek Mill's Dream Chasers or Dreams of Nightmares. So it's like, maybe that might be what it is. But this album, slid, all right? Y'all definitely check that out. Cut it all the way up too. That's how I feel with most of these projects that I'm telling y'all about now. Now, this project in particular, I waited towards the end just because. Now, I'm pretty sure some of y'all probably like, man, he talking about all these trap albums, these trap music albums and stuff like that. But look, the thing is, before I get into this album, man, listen, once again, y'all gotta give it the time. That's what's out anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want things to be like 20 years ago, 10 years ago. The music's still there, so just go and listen to it, man. But other than that, man, you just gonna have to get with it. You know what I'm saying? This album right here, like I said, you gotta check the consumers, see people who's talking. Most people say this is the best album of 2023. I did like the album. I had to give it a listen again. And he did show and prove on this album. I'm talking about Killer Mike with Michael. He's part of the Dungeon family, so you already know he gonna do his thing. He gonna show his behind regardless. Killer Mike, I'm happy that he's been getting the respect that he deserves. That's one thing I like about this generation right here. You don't really need to be on no major record label to be able to get yourself out there and get people to listen to you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's the stuff is right there, the platform is right there. You just use it and, man, put yourself out, man. Killer Mike been doing this thing for the longest, so you already know people gonna tune in. But first off, what I just want to say is with Michael, because he dropped the deluxe, he dropped the deluxe version, what, last week? All I'm gonna say is, you know what song or you know what album is gonna be good when you put your baby picture on there, or you put a picture of you when you was a child or whatever on the album cover. When somebody does that, you already know, all right, man, this the album right here. Well, this about to snap right here. And you know, it did, you know. It from top to bottom, that album, it was I don't want to say classic, but you know, it was very phenomenal. I'm pretty sure it will get nominated for a Grammy because a lot of people have been talking about it, how he delivered on there and how he showed and proved. So I could definitely see this getting nominated for a Grammy. That's another reason why I like this generation, because even the independent artists are now starting to get recognized. And I feel like since 2019 or 2018, I've been feeling like, you know, a lot more artists that wasn't getting the respect that they deserve are starting to get the respect that they deserve now. Like the Grammys don't really, you know, determine like if your music is good or not anyway. So I don't want to sit there and use that as an excuse, but I'm just saying in general. I be seeing how they've been trying to switch it up and they taking notice to the other artists too now. But I'm not going to say that it's the best album of 2023. And the reason why is because, in my opinion, I didn't want to say this guy, or I didn't want to sit there just jump straight to it, because these type of people, you know, everybody gonna try to, you know, gravitate towards them anyway, you know, with the sound that they make, because, you know, you don't hear this type of sound anymore or whatever. But, hey, man, I can't help it, man. I can't help it, man. I'm talking about Conway the Machine. He had dropped Won't He Do It. That album right there, I'm pretty sure it's going to go unnoticed with a lot of people. So I really hope that y'all do check this out. I hope y'all made it towards the end so y'all can check this out and check his album out. That album, from top to bottom, pause. You got to say pause after that. Phenomenal also. He ain't with Griselda no more. And so he dropped the music on his own. But the music still sounds just as good, if not better. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's having one of those years like how I say Styles P had back in 2018, when he was just dropping project after project and it was all good, to where You know, him being an MC was being respected, and he was one of the top 5 MCs. I feel like he doing the same thing. You know, he did Won't He Do It, but then he also dropped Pain Provided Profit with Jay Skis earlier this year. Actually, right before Won't He Do It. It was like a appetizer towards the main course, you feel me? And it was the appetizer was good. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, you ain't heard that one, listen to that one definitely. But he also did Drum Work, the album. You know, did a compilation album for his artists under his Drum Work label. And that project was pretty good also. And then the Special Machinery he did with 38 Special. Hard. How y'all say up north? It was tough. It was tough, man. And the thing is with Conway, because even when he was on Griselda, I know when they first signed to Shady, you know, it was what, him, Benny, Westside. You know, they was paying attention to Westside and Conway, but then people started gravitating more towards Benny. And, you know, Conway, he was dropping good projects, but it ain't like his later projects, because you had From a King to a God. You had God Don't Make Mistakes. He dropped that last year when he was on Shady. Like, those are classic material albums right there. You know, cause like in my opinion, cause like I said, everybody kind of gravitate towards Benny, cause you know his career is rising and everything like that. But they always like drop their albums around like the same time, and I feel like, you know, his albums, Conway's albums, are always low key the better one. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm hoping the best for both of them. You know, Benny, he on Def Jam and stuff like that now, doing his thing. You know, I'm happy for him, you know, because talented people deserve their flowers and deserve everything that they do get, you feel me? So, with that being said, I do want to mention some honorary projects also, because I ain't want to just sit up there, oh yeah, like these the hottest. And, you know, nah, I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Because, like, these projects that I said are the hottest of 2023, these are projects that are going to be memorable for me. And that, like, oh, okay, I can go back. And I know when to go back to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, the other projects I'm about to mention, they were good projects. But it ain't something like that, say, like, I would, like, just go back and listen to, like, over and over again, like the other projects that I mentioned. You feel me? So I'm going to start off with the boy, Soaking Game. Actually, low-key, this should have been mentioned on the hottest projects of 2023 too. He from the Bay Area. But I just wanted to do like just 10 albums at a time or whatever. But he low-key should be on it too. So matter of fact, this is also one of the hottest albums of 2023. And that's just like what I tell y'all. Because like what I do, I just see people dropping. I mean, let me give it a listen. It's a bunch of people I done listen to that I don't know. And that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't just keep listening to the same thing. How you going to know all the good music that come out? I listen to new and old music. But yeah, he from the Bay Area. He did his thing. You know, the Bay Area and Detroit, they kind of got like a similar sound, if you ask me. So I like people from California when they be dropping music too. You know, they talking about the same thing, you know, getting money, pimping these girls out here and stuff like that, you know. It don't get no better than that, you feel me? Then you had Styles P, A Calm Wolf is a Still Wolf. To me, Styles P, like, of course, out of the three, when it comes to the locks, you know, you got Jadakiss. Everybody gonna say Jadakiss the best, you know, when it comes to that rapping, but I don't know. Like, Jadakiss might be the best, but Styles P, he always delivers the best projects, if you ask me. He knows how to get in that booth and get creative, you know. I heard somebody say God mode one time. Yeah, he has the tracks when he's in God mode, like, for example, like I'm Black. That was on his second album, Gentleman to a Gangster. No, I can't remember. Dang. No, A Gentleman and a Gangster, that was his first album. Time is Money was his second album. I'm Black was on Time is Money. And them type of songs like that, that's when, you know, he's in God mode. Testify, he did with Talib Kweli. You know, so even now, like I said, he had his run 2018. I ain't even gonna say 2018. Because even after 2018, he was still dropping good projects after good projects. You know what I'm saying? So He's still in that mood. I don't know if he's ever talked about retiring. I hope he don't, because like I said, I will listen regardless. He's one of them artists from the old school that I will still listen to now, because he knows how to get in there and actually make music. You know, he's independent, but he knows what he's doing. All right. I got Rod Wave on here. Rod Wave, I don't really get into him like that anymore. I guess it's because the last project he dropped, I didn't really care for it, and you know, and then you see everybody always talking about how like he depressing, the music's depressing. It can be whatever. Sometimes I just gotta be in the mood for it. But this album right here, he showed and proved on this one. I'm gonna give it to him. He did his thing on this album right here. I'm not really the type of person that goes looking for Rod Wave, so that's probably why. Because maybe if I was, he would have been on the actual hottest albums of 2023. And these albums that I'm saying are honorable mentions, you can still say the hottest albums of 2023. You know, I'm pretty sure there's way more out there. And then I got Nas, the Magic 3 album. I didn't listen to the Magic 2 that came out a couple months before. Because Nas been dropping like he an independent artist from the South or something like that. He just dropping project after project too now. Because it's getting to the point now where everybody trying to compare his catalog with Jay-Z catalog again now. They've been doing that for years now. But now it's like, I guess them last 6 albums that he dropped, it's like it done boosted up his catalog to the point like, oh yeah, now we can debate. Like, yeah, his catalog is better than his or whatever. But you already know them Jay-Z fans ain't gonna go for it. You know, and I'll stay out of that too, for real, if you ask me. But I feel like with Nas, he was one of them people that when it came to like beat selections with his albums, like some of his albums, it wasn't always the best. But it never affected him though, like how it did with some other people. Because like I said, you see the Complex, I think they put him at what, number 3 or something like that. You know, because he got Illmatic. Everybody used to try to say like that was the best rap album ever. So, hey man, he's still gonna be doing better, big and better things regardless. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, shout out to Nas. That Magic 3, it was good. That song he had on there with Wayne, fire. I ain't gonna lie, it was fire. You know what I'm saying? So, and shout out to Wayne too. Yeah, Magic 3, he did his thing with that. And I remember somebody was saying, I think Jay-Z was talking about it too, but I remember they tried to say how Jay-Z likes to drop all his projects around the same time Nas dropped his projects, even though like they cool, but he still low-key be doing stuff. I never really noticed until like they started saying stuff, because you gotta remember he got like the greatest hits projects or this and that or whatever, or other people's projects. And I never noticed, but Roc Nation did drop Vic Mensa last week on the same day as Magic 3. That's all I'm saying. I noticed it. I don't know if like that was intentional or not, but I did notice that. And if it is, because it kind of do look intentional now, but I'm pretty sure it might not be. But I don't know, because that's been going on for years from what they've been saying. Because I'm talking about like I was in high school at the time. I graduated 2010. So it's been going on way before that. You feel me? So, but other than that, man, all these projects I mentioned, y'all check it out. And it's so much music out there. If I missed anything, y'all put it in the comments and let me know, because I will listen, because I'm about to drop another video of this later on this year. You feel me? Because, you know, we only got like what, 3-4 months left. So I'm gonna finish this off, so I can be like, all right, these are the best albums of 2023. So if it's something I missed, man, let me know, because I will check it out and listen. You feel me? But other than that, man, y'all be safe out there. Like I said, y'all subscribe to my channel, okay? And y'all be blessed, all right?